Two powerful men fought for one woman. A battle so fierce, even the king watched in silence. Blood was spilled, pride was shattered, and in the end, the winner got the girl. But she was never meant to belong to any man. Years before the rivalry began, an old fisherman named Elias pulled something strange from the river at dawn. The mist was still rising when his net grew unusually heavy. Expecting a large catch, he dragged it in with effort, but what he found inside made him stumble back in shock. It was a girl, unconscious, pale, yet unbelievably beautiful. Her skin shimmered faintly under the morning light, and her long hair clung to her like flowing silk. For a moment, Elias thought she was dead, but then she breathed. Without hesitation, he carried her home. His son, Harry, watched silently as the old man laid her by the fire. Hours passed before the girl finally opened her eyes. They were unlike anything Harry had ever seen. Bright, reflective, almost like the surface of water. She remembered nothing. Not her name, not where she came from, not how she ended up in the river. So Elias gave her a name, Alicia, and from that day, she lived among them as one of their own. Alicia learned quickly. She spoke gently, moved gracefully, and carried a strange calmness that drew people to her. Over time, she became the quiet heartbeat of the village. But there was always something unusual. She avoided the river. Even when the sun was unbearable, even when others swam and laughed, Alicia stayed away. If water so much as touched her feet, she would pull back instantly, her face tightening with fear she couldn't explain. Harry noticed. He noticed everything about her. The way she smiled when she was nervous. The way her eyes wandered to the river at night. The way she never truly seemed human. And somewhere along the way, without saying a word, Harry fell in love with her. As Alicia grew older, her beauty became impossible to ignore. Men spoke of her in hushed admiration. Women watched her with quiet envy. But among all who desired her, two men stood above the rest. Harry, the fisherman's son, strong, humble, and deeply devoted. And Oswald, a powerful warrior, wealthy, influential, a man feared as much as he was respected. When Oswald first saw Alicia, he didn't hesitate. "She will be mine," he declared. To him, it wasn't love. It was possession. The tension between Harry and Oswald grew quickly. What began as silent rivalry turned into open hostility. Arguments broke out. Threats followed. The entire village felt the weight of their conflict. Even the king could no longer ignore it. To end the chaos, he made a decree. The two men would fight, and the winner would take Alicia as his wife. The day of the contest arrived. The entire kingdom gathered to watch. Alicia stood among them, her heart pounding, her voice lost in the noise. She begged them to stop, but her pleas meant nothing. The fight began. Round after round, the two men clashed with brutal intensity. Harry fought with heart. Oswald fought to win. By the third round, blood stained the ground. By the fourth, Harry could barely stand. With one final strike, Oswald brought him down. Silence filled the arena. Then the king's voice echoed. "Oswald is the victor." The crowd erupted. And just like that, Alicia was handed over. As Harry lay on the ground, bruised and broken, he looked up at Oswald
"You
with
will
fading
regret
strength.
this, Oswald."
"You will regret this," he said. Oswald only smirked. To him, the battle was over. He had won. Life in Oswald's estate was everything Alicia had never known. Luxury, comfort, power. He gave her fine clothes, servants, and a life far removed from the simplicity of the village. And for a while she tried. She tried to love him, tried to forget the strange emptiness inside her, tried to become the woman he believed she was. But something wasn't right. She had dreams, deep, haunting dreams of water, of sinking, yet breathing, of darkness, yet peace. And always, she woke afraid. One hot afternoon, when the air felt too heavy to breathe, Oswald suggested they go to the river. Alicia froze.
No, I do not want to go
she
down
said
there
softly.
with you this morning. It
Please.
looks far too
But Oswald insisted. To him, it was nothing more than a simple outing. To her, it was something else entirely. At the riverbank, Alicia's hands trembled. Every instinct in her screamed to run. But Oswald stepped into the water and reached for her. "Come," he said. The moment the water touched her skin, she screamed. Her body began to shake violently. Her breath quickened. Her eyes widened in terror. Then something impossible began to happen. Her legs shimmered. Her skin changed. Slowly, horrifyingly, they fused. Scales spread across her body, glistening under the sun. Within seconds, Alicia was no longer human. She was a mermaid. Before Oswald could react, she twisted free, spun through the water, and dove into the depths, disappearing completely. Oswald stood frozen, not in fear, but in shock, and something darker. Obsession. She belongs to me, he muttered. And just like that, love turned into control. He ordered his men to search the river. Day after day, they hunted, dragging nets, diving deep, refusing to stop, until finally, they caught her. Alicia was pulled from the water in a massive net, thrashing, fighting, her eyes filled with something no one had seen before, raw, desperate pain. They chained her, not as a woman, but as a creature. She was placed in a pool within the king's courtyard, displayed like something rare, something owned. Word spread quickly, and Harry came, stronger now, healed, but not the same. He stood before Alicia, staring at her chained form. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then he laughed, a cold, bitter laugh. "I warned you," he said, looking at Oswald. "Go on, marry your mermaid." Oswald said nothing, because deep down, he finally understood. She was never his, never Harry's, never meant to be claimed. That night, a storm swept through the kingdom. Thunder roared, lightning split the sky, and by morning, the pool was empty. The chains were broken. Alicia was gone. No one ever saw her again. But along the riverbanks, on quiet nights, fishermen whisper of something beneath the water. A shadow, watching, waiting, free. Some love stories end in marriage. Some end in tragedy. But this one was never meant to begin.